start it the same way?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome back to our channel. Okay, Haley just put her like makeup routine video slash like question and answer sesh, and I'm gonna do mine. Let me just preface this whole thing with, I don't do makeup. This is my makeup. This is literally all of it. This is all I have. I go for a very like all natural look.
You rock it. I feel like people really like it.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna just put my hair up, even though I'm gonna look like a 12-year-old boy. Okay, let's just start. I start with a NARS cover up. How did you get this thing to focus?
You really gotta like get in there. Get like
oh, there it is, there it is.
Yeah.
NARS cover up. It's medium 1 custard.
Ooh.
Custard. And I use it to cover up like little blemishes and like red spots, along with this brush, which is the most embarrassing thing you've ever gosh darn seen. It's just dirty and fuzzy and cute.
I feel like that's most people though.
No one has like clean brushes anymore.
I'm sure some people do, and people who are really intense into makeup, and they're gonna watch this and judge us both. But it's just so hard. Like when you have a brush you truly love, and sometimes you love it because it's been used.
Yeah. It's this one. This is that. I think I got it from like Sephora. It was like a couple dollars. I just literally use this to cover up like the really like red spots, like a pimple if I have one, or just like around my nose is always kind of red, and like in between my eyebrows. I don't know why. So I just like kind of covered that up.
So my first question for get to know Shanine is, where are you from?
I was born in Israel, and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia when I was 6. My mom like had like a job lined up here, and so they told her that they were gonna like move her to Atlanta for 2 years, and that was 16, 17 years ago. So they lied, but
You stuck around.
I stuck around a little bit longer than that, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then how many siblings?
I have 3 younger brothers. One of them was also born in Israel, and then the other 2 are born in Atlanta.
How does that work? So are you a dual citizen?
The 2 younger ones, because they were born in Atlanta but their parents are Israeli,
Yeah.
they're like automatically dual citizens. And then when my mom got her citizenship, me and my brother just like automatically had ours because we were like under a certain age.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked.
yeah, I think that's how it worked. She had to like take like a full-on test and like answer all those questions, and it was like she like studied for it. I like quizzed her. I didn't even know half the answers.
Oh my gosh, if I had to take a test, I would fail it for sure.
History and
That's
I
insane.
don't get along. No. After I cover all the like little red spots, you're gonna yell at me. So I used, it's like this Too Faced bronzer, and this is like the chocolate, I don't know, like shade. It's not dark enough to be a bronzer, so I use it as a cover up.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And then I have this brush from Target. It's like honestly like the nicest piece of makeup that I own. And finding makeup as a brush. And I just like put a little bit on, and then I just rub it on my face because that's literally my skin tone.
I mean, that's amazing. I'm too pale for that at all.
I need like an actual darker bronzer to like actually work as
So you
bronzer.
don't use foundation, just do cover up and then this powder?
Yep.
Lucky.
My skin is just so good. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I feel like I'm very blotchy and I like need that.
Sometimes I get like, you know, like little bumps like here and like here. I don't know how to cover those up, so I just kind of like do this.
Would your family ever move back to Israel, or you love Atlanta?
Well, I think it was like a discussion back in the day, but like I had just started college and my brothers are in school, and I think it was like if they had moved back, it would have just like uprooted everyone, so it wouldn't have made a lot of sense for them.
You're fully bilingual?
Yeah. I
See,
don't like
I
to
have
talk.
to ask myself because she refuses to speak Hebrew in front of me.
Yeah,
If I'm lucky and you're on the phone with like a family member, you'll respond back.
it's true.
But I think it's so cool. I can barely speak English. I failed Spanish, and that's because I'm even, well, I didn't fail it, but I made my friend do the homework.
Yeah, I can speak it. I can like obviously read, write, and speak in English, and I can like speak I always say that I can like speak, read, and write at like a 6-year-old's level because I like learned up until I was 6, and then like obviously my parents speak Hebrew, my whole family speaks Hebrew, so I can speak okay, but like if like medical terms get thrown in, like I don't know what they're saying. Like I never learned those words, so I don't know what they are.
When you go visit your family in Israel, you're speaking in Hebrew the whole time.
I try to. My like mom's parents can speak English pretty well, so I like will try to speak English, but I also speak very fast and they can't understand that. And then my dad's parents don't understand English at all, so I always have to like really try to speak slowly and in Hebrew and for it to like really make sense, even though I like get embarrassed. I don't know why.
I think it's so cool.
Thanks. That's like literally it, and then I go for some blush. I've had this one since you bought that like heart one a long time ago. It's literally like, so I don't even know what this is. It's from Sephora. It's blush, and I use this Target brush that I just got because my other one was nasty, and I just like put that on my like cheekbones.
So what we're saying is blush apparently can last a very long
time. A long time.
I know that after watching like Jeffree Star videos, on the back there should be that little symbol and it tells you how many months. Usually it's like 6 months to 12 months. We're over here using it for years.
Well, my symbol's gone, so I think we're fine. We're fine.
We haven't died yet.
Yep.
All right, next question. And I feel like a lot of people know your Instagram and maybe your story, but some people don't. So how did you start your Instagram and why?
I started it senior year of college as a joke. My friend Camelia started hers, and it was like curl ups with Cam or something. And she was like trying to get a spring break bod, and so she was posting like, you know, gym selfies, and they were just like supposed to be funny as a way to like keep yourself accountable. Yeah. And so she was like, you should join me, even though I wasn't going on spring break. And I did. So I made Chin Ups with Chen, and I just
classic title.
Classic. And I like would post workout selfies, and it like really did hold me accountable. But then I also think really kickstarted my like health journey, which like wasn't always a positive, but it was like back in senior year of college.
When did you find out you had Crohn's?
Sophomore year of college.
Yeah,
sophomore year of college. I like had a really weird like few months with my like digestion and like other health problems, and after like so many tests and doctor's appointments, they were like, you have Crohn's. It's like a mild case of Crohn's, which to the point where I like need to like kind of watch what I eat, and if I just eat like a lot of junk food, I don't do so well.
Because did they recommend medication and then you were like, I don't want to do that?
Well, I took medication for like almost a year, but I don't know if you remember it, but they were like so big. They were like pills that were like this big, and I just take like 6 or 7 a day. Expensive, and I just couldn't remember to take 12 pills a day. It was like an enormous amount. And so I like eventually decided that I was going to not take pills and like just try to like work on like eating and exercise, and it really just like started senior year where I was like, I gotta like fix this now, or it's just like not gonna get any better. And also I was just like in a really negative place with like how I looked and how I felt, so I was like, this Instagram will fix everything. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I should explain what I'm doing. Okay, this is actually the nicest like makeup that I own, and I just got it recently. I went to like an event in New York for this like all natural makeup store, and it's like PYT. Is that Pretty Young thing? I don't know what that like actually stands for, right?
Yep, it's a Michael Jackson song.
This, and it's called Heartbeat Cheek Color, and it's made with like vegan, like all natural ingredients, which is like really cool. I just like the sparkle in it. It's like another blush, but it's not dark enough to be blush on my skin. So I use like my regular blush, and then I use like a little bit of this like underneath it to get like some sparkle. Oh no, on top of it to get like some sparkle.
When did you meet your lover, Max? I was actually there at the first meeting. I just like to hear the story again.
So when I was a junior in
no idea.
A junior in college, my friend was dating one of his friends, and she was going on his formal, which is like an overnight weekend, and she was like looking to set my current boyfriend up with a date because he had just gotten out of like a relationship, and I don't know why, but I said yes because it's like so unlike me to go on like a formal weekend with a guy I had never met before. Yeah. So I said yes, and then that was like, I said yes like 2 or 3 weeks before the actual event. That next weekend he was in Athens, like for like some party.
Party, because he was wearing, I was visiting you.
Yeah.
And me, you, and like your roommates went to a bar.
Yeah.
And so I think that girl that set you up was like, oh, he's here, they're gonna stop by, and he was in a Hawaiian shirt,
yep,
button up.
Yep.
And it was a quick hey. I think I kind of stood back so you could have him, but it was awkward.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
And his friend was there who was dating my friend, so like I saw him too, and then Max came up and we like introduced ourselves, and like we're both awkward people, and so we were both just like, hey, like looking forward to next weekend, and then walked away, and that was pretty much like that was it. And then the next weekend we like got in the car to drive to Formal. It was like 8 p.m. I was like the most tired, and I literally slept the entire car ride to Formal. It was like 4 hours, and I said no words to him.
I think it worked out.
It worked out, but it was just like really embarrassing. And then the whole weekend we like just like connected, and that was almost 4 years ago. Yeah. Really quick, this is the highlighter that I use. It's also from that like health, like natural beauty store. It's called Upgrade Highlighter, also from PYT, and yeah, it's like very just like light and sparkly. It's like kind of tell, it kind of looks like Cover Up. Maybe I can get it to focus, but I just use that. And I use the same brush I used for my, what's it called, blush, for the highlighter.
Might as well, you gotta recycle.
I gotta recycle.
So you asked me, what is your favorite music or singers? It's a hard question.
It is a hard question because I mean, it sounds so like cheesy, but like I just like all kinds of music. I don't know, I like pop.
So if you opened your playlist on Spotify, what are like the top 3 songs you've listened to right now?
Right now I'm obsessed with Lewis Capaldi, and That's All Your Fault. Like the new Jonas Brothers albums, because they're just wonderful. The newest one, obviously. I think that's like really it.
Right.
I like teach yoga, sculpt, and so a lot of my playlists are like workout songs, like remixes of pop songs.
Oh, like
that like
upbeat.
Yeah, more upbeat, so like I can teach.
Yeah.
So a lot of my like year-end reviews are always like so screwed up because they're like, you've been listening to this song, and I'm like, no I don't, I just teach to it every single week.
That's true.
Also I put this highlighter, I think you taught me this, on like the tip of my nose and like the top of my lip.
Yeah.
And that's like it. That's my little like highlighter.
I think the next question is more of a long one of explanation of just your journey to get to New York City.
Oh.
Lots of factors go in.
Lots of factors. Real quick before I forget, we bought this together.
Oh my god, they don't think they sell it anymore.
Nope. Like years ago. It's L'Oreal. It's this like eyeshadow, and this one's like a light pink sparkly, and I have it in like a darker purple or something, and then like a gray, and it's literally just like an eyeshadow in here, and I like literally use my finger and I put it on the insides of like my eyes, the like point, and I feel like it just like sparkles. And then I also put a little bit on my like below my eyebrows as like a pop, because that's like, I don't do eyeshadow. This is it. Journey to New York.
Yeah.
Well, I met Max, and he's from here.
But he went to school in Georgia.
Yeah, he went to school at a school in Georgia that was like an hour from where I went to school. And so we met on Formal, and then we like dated for a couple years, and I always knew that like he was from New York, but I never thought that I was gonna move, because I like, my family's in Atlanta and I'm pretty close to my family, and like the idea of moving just like never processed.
Right.
And I think after he like, during his like last year in college, he was like job hunting, and he found a job in New York because he'd interned there the summer before. And so he moved back home after he graduated, and then we spent a year apart, like a year-long distance. And like during that time, we like obviously had been talking about like me moving to New York or him coming to Atlanta, or like we didn't know what the options were. And I had you the whole time, who like, I think you were like looking for a change.
Yeah.
And so you were ready to move, I think like when Max moved to New York, and I just like wasn't ready. And I just like made up excuses. Like I didn't want to go because I had just started teaching at my elementary school, which I really did enjoy, and I was like the first time that I was saving money, and so I think I was just like, I was comfortable, and I didn't want to change that. And then the next year, I think you were ready, and I was just finally like, this is it, because I could not spend.
Yeah, another long distance is hard.
A year-long distance was really challenging. Like it was fine and we made it work, but it's just like, you need that.
Do you think you could have lasted another year?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we would have like broken up, because
It's just that distance.
It's just the distance. It's just really challenging. Like, I think we would have like stayed together, but it would have been like even harder because it's just like you don't have that person there to like remind you that it's okay. Like, even over the phone, like over text, like you can say that,
You
but
can read into things.
yeah, but in person it's just like nothing compares to like face to face being like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So that was just really challenging, and I think another year would have just like put a lot more strain on our relationship.
I think my favorite memory, I mean, I wouldn't say favorite, but when I was a nanny, and so I would at 3 o'clock be in the car and I'd call you because school just ended, and we would talk about how we're gonna get here, moving, even before it was a full plan.
Yeah.
Because I would always be so mad and like, I'm not ready yet. I'm like, I need to get out of here.
Well, I think there was like one trip we went to Disney. Shocker.
Yeah, we drove.
We drove.
Like
Well,
45 minutes.
remember we were gonna drive like Friday, and then we were like, no, we'll fly last minute, and then we're like, no, let's just drive like.
I changed the plan until like one day I was like, we're leaving at 4 a.m. Let's go.
Yeah, so we ended up driving, and it like wasn't that bad.
No.
And on the way back, we like, I mean, on the way there we chatted, but on the way back we really had like
whole, like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, it was like a very deep combo about like we're moving to New York, and like Haley was like just like talking about all the possibilities, and like I agreed and I knew they were there. I just like was scared.
Yeah.
So that like really kind of like what's the like
catapulted?
Yeah, I just like solidified that we were gonna go, and then after that point, that was like obviously like a year ago, but
see that we were both serious, and so
yeah.
One, we're not fully alone because we have each other, and you have Max, and you do love his family, and they're here too.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we just like would spend like literally every afternoon, like you just said, on the phone being like, let's do this, and like let's get this truck, and let's do like let's pack this here, and like apartment hunting. Like Max was over here doing like all the really like hard on the ground work, like looking for apartments and sending us photos, and we were just like, no, this does not work for us, because we had very high like standards for apartments, and it's just hard in New York.
Vibe coming from Atlanta, where you can get like, my apartment was so
beautiful.
Big, 3 bedrooms, like a huge open
3 bedroom, 2 bath.
I think we paid $800 a person.
Painful.
So in New York, $800 a person here is you have a bunk bed and a shared room. A room. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so we ended up like magically finding this place. Max found it, and even like that day of getting this apartment, it was like a huge text message conversation of like, we got it. Wait, no, we didn't. There's one more. Hold on, maybe there's not. And it was just like really stressful, and we got it, and I think it really worked out for the best. Like, I think I have no regrets moving. I obviously like miss my family a bunch, but it's like I found core power here, and my home is here now. Like, I have like Max's family, and Haley's here, and Theo's my new obsession, and
your adopted son.
My adopted son. Is he still there? Oh yeah.
He's just passed out.
Yeah.
He had his lunch.
He's a good human.
Yeah. What has been while you apply your mascara?
Oh, yeah, last thing, mascara. This is literally the last part of my makeup. It's mascara. I use Great Lash.
A classic.
It's a classic. How do you do this? Oh, there it is. There it is. Great Lash. I use the Very Black Intense mascara, and then I actually, this is also gonna scare some real makeup artists, I use this one. This one's like the more dead one that I've had for a really, really long time. It's like kind of empty. So what I do with the more dead one, if I'm feeling like feisty and I'm like really going out, I do this exact same makeup look, and then I'll use this and I'll like fluff up my eyebrows, and it just makes them look like a little bit darker, and it gives me like a more like intense makeup look. But we're going to dinner. I don't need to look intense. I'm not scaring anyone tonight. So
we're just impressing each other, but we're already in love.
So. Yeah. And so then I just use my mascara, and I make the worst face ever. What was your question?
My question was, I know for in yoga, your company likes to do a grow and a glow.
Yep.
But for New York, what do you think is either the best thing so far, or best memory, and like what's something you like didn't expect?
Ooh.
Kind of like two opposites.
I don't even know.
I can say to help you.
Yeah, go.
I think my favorite thing, and I feel like I don't take advantage of it as much, is there's so much to do, it's almost impossible to like choose.
Yeah, like restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants, activities, museums, it's like everything. And you'll like watch a movie and you're like, oh wait, I live here, and they're having some magical
New York moments. Yeah, no, you're right. It's like, that's definitely for me too. It's like, I think it was like a couple Fridays ago, like you were busy, and so Max and I were like, well, like, we could just like stay home and watch a movie. And then we were like, well, why?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things to do. Last minute buying tickets to like a Broadway show, And like, yeah, they were expensive. It was like a fancier date night. But it was like, we went and saw like a Broadway show that like, you can't do that in Atlanta all the time. Like we have like the Fox Theater, but you're not gonna like go see a show. Yeah. So we went and saw a show, and then like the next weekend we got tickets to like a comedy show. It was like Drunk Shakespeare. It was like so cheap and so fun. In Atlanta you have your car, but it's like 8 p.m. on Friday night in Dunwoody. Like there's not too much to do. Like things are closed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm like disappointed about, and I know that's like, it could change, but the weather.
Oh yeah, everyone was like, it's gonna be so cold. You guys are gonna regret saying you love winter. And global warming has made it a pretty warm winter. Yeah. But I've still heard March has some opportunities for snowstorms. And coming from Georgia, we want a snowstorm, okay? Don't come at us. No. Yeah, people were like, you're gonna come here and you're gonna freeze your butt off. Like, you need to get like scarves and hats and like your parkas on and like your snow boots. And summer terrified us. It was so hot and stinky, and we didn't want to leave the apartment because we were melting. Yeah. And then in the winter we were like, it's gonna be so cold. And we've had a couple of days where it's like, okay, it's chilly, but like, not to the extent where Max would be, you're gonna go outside and your face is gonna hurt. Yeah, which is like, and like, yes, we know that's true, but it hasn't happened yet. And like, honestly, I love the cold. I love the snow. When it snows, I'm like so jazzed. Well, because I much prefer a sweater. I think we both do. Yeah, I prefer to be cold than hot. Yeah. This is it. This is my makeup look. Gorgeous. And my hair was like kind of done because I did it yesterday, so it kind of just stayed. I really like the light wave. Yeah, I have kind of curly hair, most of the time. So once a week I will straighten it, I'll blow dry it and straighten it, and then I'll take my straightener and I'll literally just like curl it with my straightener. We can like do a tutorial one day. But this is like after I've slept on it, so it's just kind of like a very light curl, and I think I'm just gonna leave it because it is kind of dirty, and I'll just like probably wash it tomorrow after I teach yoga. But this is my look. It never takes like super long, honestly. It's like a 10-minute, not even makeup routine that I do like whenever I'm going out to dinner or like just out and I don't want to scare people. This is it. Oh, I'll put on like a lip gloss because my lips get really dry. Chapstick. It's like that pink one. Anyway, I use like a chapstick. I don't do lipstick because my lips are kind of like red. And that's the look. Just very like natural and light. My eyes definitely, if it focuses, like have a bit more of a shimmer. And that's it. So thanks for watching.